Attention today that Travis is a finalist for the Walter Camp Player of the Year. He was up position and was snubbed by the Thorpe. How?
Best wide receiver and defensive player. It's not even Saturday yet, and Travis Hunter is raking in the awards, and you know what big award is happening this Saturday, that Heisman. But today there's a problem. There's an issue. There's a problem in that this individual, Travis Hunter, gets disrespected at either or position anytime somebody is talked about. Now, we talked about, of course, him not being selected for the Biletnikoff Award, and we're going to go deeper into that. Sorry. Not the Biletnikoff, but more so the Jim Thorpe Award, which is the nation's top DB, him not being selected to be even one of the finalists. But then he goes ahead and is one of the finalists for the Biletnikoff Award and wins the Biletnikoff Award. And now people are upset about that. So we got a lot about to talk about, man. Travis Hunter is officially the AP College Football Player of the Year, which means he's probably going to be the Heisman winner. We're going to get into the implications there. A lot of things that Travis Hunter just swooped in and got dang collected in a nice little sack, if you will. But a lot of people aren't too happy about it. So let's talk about those takes and get into it, man. I really appreciate y'all watching these videos. If you're enjoying them, please leave a like. If you don't, dislike it. Subscribe if you enjoy college football content and everything else in between, man. Let's hop right into it. So, like I was saying earlier, Colorado's wide receiver / cornerback Travis Hunter is the heavy favorite to win the 2024 Heisman. By the odds, last time I think he's a negative 2,000 favorite, which statistically basically means he's a 96th percentile favorite to win the Heisman. And he just won the AP Player of the Year award, and the last 8 winners have won the Heisman Trophy. So it seems to be that he's everything but set up. And if it didn't make it that much easier, or that much easier to determine that he is the Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter is officially the first player ever history to win the Biletnikoff Best Receiver, Bednarik Best Defensive Player award, but didn't win the Maxwell. But what I was saying was, it's interesting with all those things, and then he's not even a finalist for the Jim Thorpe. He wins the Best Defensive Player overall, but is not even a finalist for the Jim Thorpe, which is the Best Defensive Back Player. It's confusing. It's a little odd there. It's a little inconsistent. But let's get deeper into it, because the fact that he won the Biletnikoff, which I was surprised too. I really thought they were going to give it to Tatorian McMillan, just because he's scary and I wouldn't want to guard him either. But it seems that it was given to the big bad dog that is Travis Hunter, and I think this. At first, when I heard this, I felt the way, right? And I think I felt the way that you felt, or a lot of people felt, and it's a lot of surprise, right? But when I looked at the stats, I mean, I got to be honest with you, he's a top-tier wide receiver. But we're going to get into that in just a second. For the first things first, like we said, he won the Biletnikoff, given to the best wide receiver in the country. He won it over Tatorian McMillan and Nick Nash, and we're going to look at their stats too. Travis Hunter takes home the Bednarik Award, which is the best defensive player, and then just the first in history to do all those phenomenal things. And this is the Jim Thorpe Award. Hug 'em horns! My man Jahdae Barron, and we're going to get into his rankings too. He's just all over the place making plays, and he's going to be an NFL defensive back no matter what. I think he does a good job playing multiple positions. He can play slot, he can play outside, he can play safety, he can play rover. I really trust him a lot when it comes to a lineup anywhere he wants to line up. So interesting situation there. But let's talk about it. And I do want to talk about my favorite. This is easily my favorite moment from Travis Hunter. But before that, I want to talk about Deion Sanders speaking of. Then we're going to talk about people getting mad that Travis Hunter, didn't do what he needed to do, or mad that Travis Hunter won the Biletnikoff Award. But this is Travis Hunter's situation when he's talking about, crashing the party during Travis Hunter receiving these awards. So let's listen to it.
The award to pick up right Saturday, right?
Yep.
Right. We got another one. Yeah, we got
You're
another
going to New York. We know that. You're going to New York.
Hey man, hey man, if they're gonna sweep all them awards, might as well do it. And let's go back to people and just him talking about the ridiculousness of the Jim Thorpe. And I gotta be honest with you, I might disagree with Coach Prime, but not in the way you think. Not because I think Travis Hunter isn't a great DB, but because I think he's a better wide receiver than a lot of people are giving him credit for.
Announced for several major awards. Travis, finalist for Walter Camp, Bednarik, Shador finalist for the Davis O'Brien, Travis' numbers are tremendous, and the last note is we don't control our own destiny. Before I open up for questions, I'm going to address something that just transpired and they brought to my attention today, that Travis is a finalist for the Walter Camp Player of the Year, Maxwell Player of the Year, Bednarik Defense Player of the Year, Blitnikoff Best Receiver, regardless of position, and was snubbed by the Thorpe. How? How is Travis Hunter snubbed by the Jim Thorpe Award? You can have my award, you can have it back. Matter of fact, I'm going to give him mine.
That was
I ain't using it.
And I think everybody kind of got the sentiment behind that and taking the next step here. It's not that Travis Hunter, golly, that dang. Sorry about it. It's not that Travis Hunter literally deserves every single award, which I think you could argue that he does deserve every single award that's out there in college football. I think he's the most outstanding player in college football this year. But it's the fact that you nominate him for the best defensive player, you nominate him for the best wide receiver, the best every single thing else, but then where his bread is buttered at the quarterback position, let's be honest with you, where he makes, I wouldn't say his most impactful plays, but where he consistently makes plays. He consistently makes plays everywhere. It's just crazy to me to think that that's where they kind of drew the line. But that got me thinking, right? And I think I got a lot of people thinking, because some people, when he won the Blitnikoff, were like, wait, what's going on? This is not adding up. My man Pro College Football says, what's it called? I'm pro Travis Hunter, but him winning the Blitnikoff is wild. It's wild. But then we look at the stats, and it's really not that wild. I thought it was wild too. I was like, because I was like, man, he didn't get the Jim Thorpe. Dog, look at these, and I'm gonna show you just next to next. These are the Blitnikoff Award finalists. These are the finalists, and then I'm gonna show you the rankings on stats, because like you can cherry pick stats and make it seem like, okay, they just put 3 wide receivers, and I thought that's what they did with Travis Hunter. Okay, getting the Blitnikoff because he's so good, he's so explosive, right? Okay, 1,152 yards, 14 touchdowns, 88.3 receiving grade from PFF, with Toria McMillan, 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns, 85.1 receiving yard, and Nick Nash, who went crazy this season with 1,382, 16 touchdowns, and 86.1 receiving grade. Now, that's all fine and dandy and good until you go look at the stats. And I was tripping because y'all know me. I look at the stats every so often and throughout my videos, and I see who's leading, who's not. Travis Hunter, in the yards category, he was always top 10. He finished at number 6 in FCS. I don't think y'all understand. FBS. So this was everyone, all 130 other 133 teams. He is the 6th, and he plays cornerback. He's the starting quarterback for Colorado. He missed 2 games, and he is the 6th leading receiver in the nation. Okay, that's kind of crazy. But then you're like, oh, okay, well, whatever. And then you go to touchdowns. He finished number 2 in touchdowns, receiving touchdowns in the nation this year. So when we're talking about impact and all these other things, and people don't deserve this and don't deserve that, I wish they would quantify why they don't deserve it. Why doesn't Travis Hunter deserve it? I'm confused. He's the leading receiver in multiple positions. In multiple statistical categories. Number 2 in the nation in touchdowns. And then number 6 in the nation in yards. Oh, but Toria McMillan's good. But Nick Nash was number 1 in both of those things. Well, Nick Nash played at San. Come on. Do we want to really? It's San Jose. Come on, dog. And I love Nick Nash. Nick Nash is going to be a dog, and he's going to continue to be a dog. He's probably going to win a few Blitnikoffs, but he also did it with, what was that, almost 12 more receptions? He had a better average, though, so shout out to him. The kid's a dog, and the kid's going to continue to be a dog, but saying that Travis Hunter, saying that it's not possible, you would have thought that Travis Hunter was like bottom or top 20 in both statistics. He is top 10 and top two of the most important statistical categories that I would think for a receiver, receiving yards and receiving touchdowns, and people were talking about how he don't deserve it. I don't know, man. I think people just like yapping. I think people just like yapping. How did Nash not win it? He literally better than every statistic. No, it's not. Y'all fall in love with one-handed catches way too much. It's like they're doing too much to justify it. He's my Heisman pick, but this is silly. Okay, so Travis Hunter has now won the Blitnikoff Award, 92 catches, which is second in. Wow, so this is just going deeper into raw stats. I'm gonna read it because my forehead's blocking it. 92 catches, which is second in Power 4. 1,152 receiving yards, which is second in Power 4. 14 receiving touchdowns, which is first in Power 4. 21 receiving plays of 20 plus yards, which is first in the FBS. The best wide receiver and defensive player in all of college football. So I think this might make up for him not even becoming a finalist for the Jim Thorpe Award, breaking history in this way. And I think doing it in a giant way is remarkable. So, hey, man, hats off to Travis Hunter. I didn't think this type of issue would arise with him winning so many awards, but this is what he did. But y'all leave a like in the comment, like and see if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, and comment down below. Do you think he deserved the Jim Thorpe? Do you think he deserved the Blitnikoff? Do you think he's going to win the Heisman? I mean, hey, the book say he's going to, so it don't really matter what you think. But either way, man, y'all be great. Y'all be phenomenal. We'll see you next time. Peace.